Yo, we in here with the second, you could say part 2 or just the second Bleach discussion video dealing with the non-finish of the series, if you will, the lack of completion of the series. And the video should be uploaded before this, dealing with my thoughts on Bleach's not being ready to be completed anytime soon. And you can check that out in the description box below, as well as you can check out my video about Mayuri being the final villain. I did that way back months ago. Now, excuse any glare you might see in the background, and excuse my vocals, dealing with sore throat sickness. Things happen, okay, it's life. But this is a video I've been long meaning to do. I'm talking months in the process. This is a video that I've expanded upon in my thoughts. You know, this video I've been hyping and I've been communicating with people. Now, about the arcs of Bleach, I wholeheartedly view that there will be 1 to 3 more arcs after this 1,000-year blood, quote-unquote, war arc. Okay, there's too many elements that Kubo needs to hit upon. Now, I'll give my thoughts as to what I think they are, how they what their central focus is, and why they're important to the series. I've held for the longest, for over a year, probably a year and a half, almost 2 years now, that there is an ancient species, if you will, in an ancient realm outside of the Serite, you know, Soul Society, Hueco Mundo, the Dawn Guy, Human World, the Quincy Homeland, Mugen, all that there. I think there's another land, and it would make sense because you get hints at this with Juhabak, and he's talking about the world before, okay, and Soul Society, Soul King, and why the Soul King was made. Now, the thing about that, why would this be violent? I think first and foremost, when you look at the themes, as far as culturally and otherwise, of the Bleach realms, different dimensions, different worlds, if you will, different areas. You have modern day, is it modern day Japan? Is the human world I'm trying to do? I just know it's modern day. And the Soul Society is feudal Japan. With Hueco Mundo, it's got this very Spanish theme, okay, as well España, as well as a few other Latino and Latin romantic influences. With the Quincy Homeland, you have a very Scandinavian, Norse, Germanic vibe to that. Now, I predict there's one of two places this can be. Okay, the lesser likely will be the outback, Good Eye Mike, down under, and it would be ancient Australia, mind you. And with ancient Australia, why I think that you can do so many things with mysticism. Kurosaki Ichigo, it would be more like a kind of hyperbolic time chamber situation. And yes, my accent is intentionally, sometimes they'll switch, but he's intentionally like this for this. It makes a lot of sense. Ichigo would be able to grow physically, as well as mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all of that. He would meditate, he would get necessary training before the final endeavors. And we would see the growth of him as a man, as a character, as, you know, unifying his whole essences with his soul, the Shinigami, Hollow, Quincy, Fullbringer, human, all of that coming together, and maybe finding out, because he is everything, maybe finding out a greater connection and a greater, maybe the history behind all of these worlds. In this, is this all an illusion? Is this all the reality? Are we led to believe something else? And if it is an illusion, it will lead into the next arc, which I shall deal with momentarily. But the outback, and you know, the aboriginal elements, it would make it take it way back, and it would do a phenomenal thing. The prime Ichigo, and Ichigo becoming a master himself. The challenges, the various elements that could be brought in. Or it could be North America, ancient North America, forests and whatnot. And again, Native Americans. And similar to the Aboriginal aspect, except it would take You know, maybe instead of being elongated, in fact, I mean, you know, a lot of accelerated pacing. He stays there for years, and we get Ichigo, and maybe he just an Ichigo-centered arc. That would be very well done. Or Ichigo with his sensei. Maybe Urahara knows someone well, or he drops him off, or you know, or after this arc, something happens with Ichigo and Juha, and he has to run away or something. Like Moses, if you know scripture, Moses kills one of the Egyptians and has to run into the wilderness. Maybe this will be Ichigo's wilderness situation. And again, just like the Aboriginal thing, he develops, you know, maybe he goes and he becomes a monster, quote unquote, or he's unacceptable in soul society for a lot of reasons. Maybe Central 46 comes after his ass. Who knows? You know, there's a lot of ways you could go with that. But I think that would be vitally important. And also it would be great to see another environment. It would be phenomenal to see that. Now, that's the first arc. Also, I think you had, especially in North America, you got some ancient beasts, some crazy creatures, maybe trained, you know, battling, kind of like how Straw Monkey D. Luffy, if you're a One Piece fan, you know, over the 2-year time skip, he was able to train and battle these various creatures. It would be very nice to see. Ichigo actually trained, Ichigo actually developed, and I know people say this, but Ichigo becoming a man would be very nice to see. And his perspective and his philosophy, maybe he develops his own ideology. Maybe his perspective on soul society would be greatly different. And he doesn't just view them as the right side, right? Because who is really the right side? Currently, I'm definitely in favor of the Quincy. And I was arguably in favor of the Hollow in the Espadas. So, you know, I don't buy the Shinigamis. I really don't. The Serite, the soul society, I don't buy this shit. Not at all. Now, moving on to the second arc, the Central 46 arc, which, yo, this arc would be fire, son. This arc would be, oh my gosh, this is where I would become a Bleach fan for real. If Kubo pulls this off, you know, I beg the question, you know, I was talking, shout out to Dalton, I was talking, and Kubo, he has so many, he can do so many things in this series, what he doesn't. It begs the question, can he write? Not can he write, because he can write, but what I'm saying is, what is his caliber of writing, is what I'm saying is, can he write? How high can he write? How high of a caliber? Because not everybody's made equally, just like in everything, you know. Not saying he's garbage at writing, but what is his level of writing capable of? And Essential 46 would push that. It would push the political elements in this. If Aizen Sosuke say he becomes, because Juhabak, let's say Juhabak becomes consumed by the Soul King, because that's what may actually possibly happen. In the Soul King, some have predicted him being the final villain. And if that does happen, okay, that happens in this arc here. But let's say it continues. Let's say, because I do predict, I don't see Kurosawa Ichigo before and now, especially with the Soul King. There's no way he defeats Juhabak. I have Aizen Sosuke. If anybody defeats him in the Shinigami, it's Aizen Sosuke. In the conversation that they would have, oh my gosh, it would be so phenomenal, man. The Stoic versus the Flamboyant. Stoic being Juhabak versus the Flamboyant. Or just the conversation they would have. And then their battle. And then we see Aizen pull out his Bankai. Aizen come in, maybe swoop in and help him with Oswald. Some have predicted others. You know, Aizen being that. Aizen becoming the Soul King, which is just... Here's the thing, man. Urahara. And Urahara's full backstory. Now, I've mentioned about in the last video about the, you know, I think we've only got, what, Nanao's family, garbage, irredeemable character that she is. Her family, the royal family. I think we got Yurichi's family, the noble families. Those coming more into play. Okay, I don't think Kubo just throws that in there for no reason. Central 46 mad corrupt. I'm telling, I've been calling this out. Central 46 is mad shady, yo. Mad shady. This whole Soul Society is mad shady. He's got a lot of dirt. And Ichigo, especially if he goes off and trains and he learns, and now he comes back and he starts finding out more about Central 46, more about Soul Society's ugly history. Oh, phenomenal. And would also lead into the next arc, which I'll finish this video off about, which I already kind of hinted at, and we'll go in more in depth in this video, with Mayuri being the final villain and all that. But the Central 46, man, and the dirt and everything and being uncovered, Urahara, because Urahara keeps getting mentioned. Aizen Sosuke talk about the Soul King being that thing, the creation of the Soul King, so many elements. You know, we get more completion of the Bankais, we, you know, maybe guy's character gets fully in, he becomes a full-blown adult, Sosuke, all these characters, and we start, and even some of these minor characters, and I mean, we got Yoriichi's brother comes up in this piece, so maybe he comes more of a big factor in this. You got all these major players, kind of coming into, at a head, and maybe we finally, full blown with the hollows and the completion of everything with those elements, and find out that the hollows and the Quincy's aren't in fact these villains that we led to believe, which will lead us into the final arc. Okay, the Shinigami Civil War arc. This arc would be absolutely a way to complete the series. Be absolutely phenomenal. I've been calling for this. Mayuri being the final villain is not far-fetched. Mayuri, he has everything set up, and we already see Nemu almost dying. Something could cause him to flip the switch. Now, Zaraki Kenpachi versus Mayuri has been hinted at, but Zaraki might, because of the help that Mayuri gave him, might come to Mayuri's side as his right-hand man. Byakuya Kuchiki versus Mayuri is oh my gosh, it's so highlighted. It's so many elements in their view of what Soul Society should become, especially if Central 46 gets taken down. Or if it doesn't, and Mayuri, that's what causes them to flip. Maybe they come after Mayuri's end. Aizen Sosuke, what play will he play, especially if he's the Soul King? Urahara, what will he do? Ichigo will be confronted, and he will finally be confronted with the more ethical, all these dilemmas of how to handle Central 4, how to handle it. Whose side are you on? Whose side are you on? Like Florence in the Scene, excuse me. Whose side are you on? That will be so phenomenal. I would definitely have, and maybe actually Mayuri flips if he kills Byakuya. Okay, and what that would do. You have Rukia, maybe Rukia stops being garbage, and what that would do. If her brother dies, oh, come on, man. Rukia's brother dies, she would be the charge, yo. I mean, you have a civil war. Think of the proportion. Equate this to Bleach, and especially, not in this small scale that they had. And well, I haven't watched the movie, mind you, but Captain America Civil War, but the Civil War in the Marvel universe. Okay, take that, bring that to Bleach. I think it's been set up since the beginning. You started with the Soul Society, you started with Shinigamis, finish with that. Makes perfect sense. Ichigo, and Ichigo doesn't have to be the main, the main focus, but all of these Chad, these various elements, mad body bags, an actual civil war, and who actually comes out, who survives, maybe some resurrection or whatever. Oetsu comes back, so many Okio, what role do the Hollows play? What role do the Quincy's play? What role do these if like brings in this ancient race, or these ancient whatever, what role does everybody play? That would be truly phenomenal. Kubo, please make that happen. Please, if you make that happen, I'm going to applaud you and standing ovation. Please, Shinigami Civil War. Each of these three arcs leading to each other, each of them are set up as very possible. And that ancient one, the whole Don, we've had the Don guy, we've had the Mugen. So you can't tell me we've had other dimensions. You can't tell me that's not possible, that there's a final one somewhere off in the distance. You can't tell me that Central 46 isn't a focal point that has not been, expounded upon, is not a focal point that is not vitally important. Okay? And you can't tell me that Mayuri being the final villain does not make any logical sense. Along with there being a Shinigami Civil War, if you want to see it. And maybe Mayuri actually being the only villain in the entirety of the series. Besides maybe Central 46. Because Juabak, I don't see him as a villain. Aizen Sosuke, I don't see him as a villain. Or at least not now. The other ones, Byakuya wasn't a villain. Zaraki wasn't a villain. You feel me? Ukiora wasn't a villain. Grimjow wasn't a villain. The Fullbringers weren't villains. So maybe Mayuri actually becomes a villain. And if you think, in the final point, think of the Joker. Okay? The Joker's a beautiful example. Like, although the Joker didn't flip, think of, anything could happen. Mayuri's already been boring insanity anyways. I'm not saying the Joker's insane. The Joker's a psychopath. But Mayuri could easily become a Joker. The Joker Bleach. And we already got kind of a Batman vibe with him. Batman Bruce Wayne, with the whole, he's able to manipulate his Bankai so much. will Mayuri and will Mayuri Urahara have a battle? Oh, Mayuri and Urahara, that battle. Sensei versus disciple. Oh, you can't tell me that's fire. And if Urahara is to die in that one, now you could say, no, currently, no, hell no. But if Mayuri becomes cybernetic, there's so many things that can be done, man, that Kubo can touch upon in these next arcs. And again, as I mentioned, these can be less than 100 chapters for each arc. You could have 50 chapters or less. Although that Shinigami Civil War, I want that to be extended like at least 75 chapters. But yeah, man, there's so much. I want Bleach because, look, as a writer myself, as an artist, a true artist myself, I want the best. I look for the best out of the series. I look, where can you extend? This is why I'm so critical, because you have elements, you have characters in the series that are so well done. You have elements that can be touched on and make a series explode. Y'all think about it. For those, you know, in many saying Bleach done fell up, Bleach this and that, Bleach, if he drops these kind of arcs, Bleach goes from here to possibly a legendary series. Some say it's already legendary, some may disagree. But if you add in these kind of arcs, standing ovation stuff, those chapters will be fire. Those chapters will do so many phenomenal things. Unexpected winner, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on these ideas. If you have any post 1,000 Year Blood War arc thoughts about any arcs, any possibilities, please do. Because honestly, as I said before in private discussion, as I said with public discussion, as I said with in the last video I did, Bleach at best is 3/4 of the way done, and feels halfway done. It feels halfway complete. It's not complete. It's not a complete series. It's really not. It doesn't even give off the vibe that's going to end anytime soon. And I talked enough about the incomplete state in the previous video, so check that out as well. Alright, y'all, have a beautiful day, beautiful night, peace.